Welcome to Manifesting Through Motherhood. I'm your host, Lindsay Williams, a self-development mentor, entrepreneur and author, dedicated to helping busy mums like you manifest success, balance and create passive income on your terms. With years of experience in mindset, manifestation, fitness, parenting and business growth, I share simple yet powerful strategies to help you transform your life without the overwhelm. If you're ready to up-level your mindset, build a thriving business and create the life you truly deserve, you're in the right place. You can also find all my books on Amazon, packed with tools to help you manifest and grow. So don't forget to follow the podcast to be updated on all new episodes. And let's get going. Welcome back, guys, to the podcast. How is everybody? So let's circle back to fitness. So today, this podcast is going to be titled The Energy Workout, Moving Your Mind, not just your body. I always talk about goal setting, manifestation, but if our bodies aren't right, then we're not going to get to the place where we're going to get to. And we all know that fitness does transform our mind. And we look at fitness as punishment sometimes, but we can find our own niche of fitness. It doesn't have to be going to the gym. You might absolutely hate the idea of gym, reformer Pilates. You might not be into that. We have to find something for us that we love. Because movement is energy in motion. And when we shift our body, we shift our mindset. So if you've been feeling flat or motivated or out of alignment, this episode will help you bring that sparkle back. So one step, stretch or song at a time. We need music. I can't do exercise without music. It either has to be on my Spotify list, in an exercise class. One thing that does motivate me is exercise classes, and I need to get back to those. Now I've lost like 5 stone. I need to get back into that. And, if you are new to the podcast, my background is I am a qualified personal trainer. And after lockdown, I decided not to go back into working in gyms. I was highly qualified in cardiac rehab, pain management, diabetes and weight management. I was a boxing coach, pre and postnatal exercise, everything. I just chucked myself into it. I loved it. And then you know what? So much has changed. And in a way, it's good. I wouldn't have published a book. I wouldn't have done this podcast. I kind of up-leveled. So the lockdown has a lot of negatives, but it also has a lot of positives as well. So I wouldn't be sat here doing this. I wouldn't have, elevated my business to where I needed to. And I really wanted to help more people. I was training a lot of time for money, working in a gym like that one-to-one, even though I did the classes. But I was also running my hair and beauty business. Don't ask me why, but I do find a lot of hair and beauty therapists go into fitness. I think it's because when you've been doing hair and beauty, I've been doing it 24 years, and you learn a lot about the body and the anatomy. I've done all my anatomy courses and my life coaching, and I thought, you know what? I want to learn more about fitness and help, and how I can help people. But my approach has always been holistic. I've always wanted to help people on a higher level, not just be a basic level 3 PT where I'm just I see a lot of PTs are just wanting it for the money. I can't be like that. I have to be a PT that helps you. I'll give you above and beyond. I will give you bespoke plans. I give people a lot for what they came in for. I did your blood pressure, and I really went back and did a really good audit on your body and give you a rehab fitness, because I did my cardiac and my GP referral exercise qualification. So back in the day, the exercise qualification was the doctors used to give you an exercise prescription and you would go and get that free for 6 weeks. But I think they've kind of stopped that now. But it doesn't mean that I can't charge, I couldn't charge for doing it. I can still offer advice online. People message me. I am open to still doing a little bit of Zoom PT I have worked with people that are going through chemotherapy, that need a bit of rehab, just want to do some gentle exercises, and you might just need a couple of sessions on Zoom just to actually do a full session, talk about what what you're struggling with, and look at some of your medications that can be contraindications to fitness, pain management, things that can stop you, and looking at adapting your fitness for what you do. I always say fitness is for everybody. It should be inclusive, even if it's in-chair exercises. I've worked with bilateral amputees. I've done lots of physio type exercises with people. Mine was more on that side of fitness that I did. Plus, I also did my boxing classes, so I loved doing the PT boxing, and I had the women's fitness class. It was a Hatton boxing class, so I did my qualification at Ricky Hatton. God bless him. At his gym, and yeah, a few people that I know that do work for him and do teach the qualification, and I went and redid all my fitness boxing sides. I did it years ago, and I learned all the fundamentals and everything around that, and so I teach within the modules, and that's what I used to do. I'd take you from beginner to advanced, so you do more exercise and boxing combinations. And in lockdown, they actually taught it on Zoom. I had PT clients that I had in the gym and they wanted to work online. I'd actually work harder because I was doing freestyle boxing. You would copy me, but we'd both come off like, my husband used to say, "What is wrong with your face?" It was like bright red. So I was like, I know, because I'm actually usually I was hot, but I was hot on Zoom because even though I didn't have my boxing gloves on, I was showing you how to move, duck, and weave, and then we would do like body conditioning exercises, like walkouts and planks. So I really enjoyed it, and it kept me really fit. But then obviously I've come out of fitness like practically, and over the couple of years, I have gained a little bit of body fat. So still strong, but I've lost that body fat now. We all go through stages, and I think when you get to 40, I don't know what happened. I feel like, oh, my body composition just changed overnight. And you're premenopausal, menopausal. I love working with a lot of women. They've got a lot of adipose tummy fat. And this is what it is. It's just life. And you know what? We've just got to embrace it. We have children. I had a C-section. My body was never, ever the same. It's never going to be the same. It's just something that you sacrifice, and your body changes, and you don't always get back to, you might just get back to where you get back to, but I didn't. So, but I made the best with what I had, because the positives outweighed the negatives. And as you get older, you've just got to adapt and make sure you're keeping fit, because keeping fit as you get older is so important for your bone density. You need your muscle tone. It prevents you from having falls, osteoporosis. It helps me with my pain management. So I've got fibromyalgia, and the fibromyalgia has come from probably years of hairdressing and kickboxing. I used to do a lot of karate back in the day. I have had a couple of whiplashes. So I've had 2 bumps in my car. People have gone into the back of me, and so I've had a lot of trauma on my neck, and over the years I've had musculoskeletal problems. And it was only a couple of years ago the doctor was like, "Have you had a fibromyalgia?" I was like, "Yeah, actually my mum's got it with arthritis." And I mean, it's a lot more under control at the minute. I mean, I am on medication for it, but that's something that I need to come off at some point. Now I've lost the weight, I think the inflammation. It's all right when people do say, "Yeah, well, it's easy to lose weight because you'll feel better," but it is hard to lose weight. And this is coming from a qualified personal trainer, and I never judge anybody, because I know that I've been at a certain point of my body to gaining weight, and it's not as easy as people say, because you've either got a body type where your somal type is either going to be the type that can eat. You've always got that person that can eat what they want, and probably never, my husband never gains weight, but I mean, I'm actually lighter than him on the scales, because yeah, I'm actually quite a lot lighter than him now, because I've always been a little bit heavier than him. I'm like, "I'm actually lighter than you," because we always laugh. So like, he keeps his weight under a certain amount, so it's funny. But yeah, I feel like men don't seem to like put it on as quick. But I need to look at a cake, and that says "moment on the lips, lifetime on the hips." That's what the old saying that used to go around, what my nan used to say. But it is what it is, life is what it is, and we shouldn't beat ourselves up. When you move, you literally move energy through your body. This podcast is sponsored by the My Nora app. If you or someone you love is experiencing coercive control, you need to know about the My Nora app. Created by Emma Davey, a survivor and advocate. This powerful app helps you safely collect evidence, protect your well-being, and take back control, discreetly and securely. Download the My Nora app today and start reclaiming your power. Just search My Nora in your app store now. And you get that stuck feeling often. your body's got that stagnated energy and you need to shift it. We just need 10 minutes of movement, dancing, stretching. It can just realign the vibration. And you're probably thinking, how's this related to manifestation? Well, of course it is, because one of my goals this year was manifesting my body. I knew what weight I wanted to be. I knew when I looked in that mirror what I wanted to feel like, and I've achieved that now this year. So that's done. I've done that manifestation, and I'll admit, this is the only manifestation I've struggled with the most, is my fitness and health. And because we always put money and business first, and we always say, oh, we'll lose that weight tomorrow, we'll lose that stone, and then that stone creeps up to another stone, and you become with 3 stone you've got to lose, and then you don't realise how much you've got to lose until your body starts to lose it. And then sometimes it's not always about what you weigh, it's about looking in the mirror and how you feel and how you're feeling in your clothes. And then people start to say you're losing too much weight. So you can't really win sometimes, because people are used to being like a certain way. But to sustain it now, I've got to do exercise. I've got to make sure that I'm not eating too much and that food noise isn't coming in all the time, because food noise is real, and I've covered that in a couple of episodes. And there's a free meditation off our lovely Nicola, the model hypnotherapist. She sponsored the podcast with a meditation. And that's it. It's just about our mindset, how we can get it into focus. And I feel like when we're exercising and eating well, they come together. They're like glue. Because when we're eating rubbish, we don't really want to exercise, do we? But when we're exercising, we think, we don't want to get up and have a fry up, do we? We want to get on, I think, have a nice porridge or a bit of some eggs, or do a workout and have a smoothie. We always put the health, we all know what health means to us and how we can improve it, but it's actually doing the action and just taking those daily steps. So it's just about taking those, like the habits, when I talk about habit stacking, it's getting up in the morning, just thinking half an hour early, get up, let's go on the treadmill. Because the connection between movement and manifestation is releasing that dopamine, that serotonin, and raising the endorphins and all the high vibe frequencies. It's getting your area at home where you want to exercise, or go to the gym, or go into a community group and find out where some local classes. Then do a Spotify list, go on Business Nostalgic. And I love listening to old school reggae and dance, because that's what I used to dance to. And a lot of this music now, it's not the same, I don't think. If you're born in the 80s, you will know what I mean. We have certain musics that when we used to go like nightclubbing or certain like dances and raves, music would make us feel good. And we all know that when we're scrolling on Instagram and we see them old school where people at festivals and no one's got a phone, and that we didn't appreciate it back then, but I feel like now we do appreciate it, and we actually want to go back to that time, but then we didn't appreciate it, but we never do. We never appreciate the past until it's gone, and I feel like that era's never going to be. There's not nightclubs anymore. There's not raves like there used to be. They're just going to die a death. Like, you see it now. We talk about it online, like, our children will never experience what we experienced, like going out. We could go out at a young age. We didn't need ID. We'd go, and it wasn't even about drinking. It was just about partying and music and sounds. But I don't go out, so I don't really know where would I go. I would feel pretty old to go in a nightclub. What I'm saying is, you can make fitness work for you, even if you're a busy mum. You don't need an hour at the gym. You just need consistency and intention. Just go for a walk, listen to some affirmations, listen to my podcast, and just do some 5-minute stretches between tasks, because that's all you need. Or if you've just got, even if you're in the kitchen, this is what I do. Say, I've got the dryer on, I'm doing something in the kitchen, and I do lunges, and I do some squats. My husband comes in, he always seems to walk in at the wrong time, and he's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm just doing my exercising. And he's like, and people say to me, how have you not got loads of loose skin since you've lost weight? And I said, yeah, because I've got muscle memory. I've always done boxing. I've always done karate. I've always done fitness. My body hasn't been a bag of jelly. It's always been fit. And I've just put a bit of body fat on. Lost the body fat now. So it's just about toning anything extra. My body's not perfect, but, we've all got a belly. We've all got things that we don't like. And it is what it is. Like, even cellulite looks so much better on my leg now. Like, you obviously, when you put weight on, you can see it more. And my legs look so much smoother. And that's because, I think, not just because of the weight, it's because I'm eating better. So what I'm eating is good for my body, a lot of proteins, and I'm not having a lot of chemicals and processed foods and takeaways, and that just goes to your body, and you've got a lot of water, like fluid, and you can look quite fluffy. My friend sent me a picture, Nicola, And it was last year we went to an event, and I can't believe how big my face looks. Like really puffy to what it is now. I'm 5 stone down now, so... But it's just perseverance. I've just been getting on my little walking plate. You can get them on Amazon for £150. It doesn't have to be a massive treadmill, because you don't have room for a treadmill, and it bounces your house, a treadmill. This is just a pink walking plate that I've got here. We need the exercise. We need at least 150 minutes of moderate exercise a week. So if you can raise that into like interval training and go a little bit faster, then it's going to help reduce your resting heart rate, your blood pressure overall. And then your blood's not flowing fast around your body. And this is what we need to look at as we get older, our blood pressure and our cholesterol. And I keep saying older is because, like, when I worked in cardiac rehab in a gym, and it's surprising a lot of the people. A lot of it was like a lot of older guys that would come in, and I think it was like the lifestyle, like my granddad's lifestyle, like going to the club and having pie and peas and beer. It was that lifestyle. Our generation now, I don't think are probably going to struggle as much, because we are very self-conscious. We have social media to thank for that in a way. So there is positives online, because we see what's good and bad for us now. But back then, it was like smoking was good for you, and having full fat lard, and you used to do the chips, and your mum would have a chip pan. I wouldn't dream of having that now. We've got an air fryer, so we have made positive changes. There's a lot of smoking cessation groups about people or stopping smoking, and like they're looking at how they can improve, because people are living longer. They want to look after themselves, because there's a lot of education around. There's a lot of coaching. There's a lot of coaches out there that are coaching themselves in specific like health related subjects that we're helping. This is what we're doing. We're helping each other. Like I'm helping people with fitness and the mind, and maybe not obviously working in the gym. And that is why I've pivoted, because people are like, well, I thought you used to do PT and I thought you were a hairdresser. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't want to talk about my hairdressing on a podcast, because it's not going to be really relatable. Yes, I can talk about the business side, but I mean, I can't do hair over the podcast, can I? So yeah, people know what I do. If you're local to me, you can come and visit me. But I want to talk about the manifestation and the goal setting and everything that I've achieved, and I want you to achieve as well. But I'll always go back to the love of fitness, because I love it. I love how I've helped people, and that gives me, and it gave me so much satisfaction. So exercise as self-care, not self-criticism. So you're not working out to fix yourself. You're moving because you love yourself. So we need to release the all or nothing mindset. Some movement is always better than none. And we need to celebrate your body for showing up, not for how it just looks. We aren't always going to get back to our body, but at least we're making positive changes. We are reducing our cholesterol. You've got to think about the longevity of fitness. And like I've said, it reduces the risk of falls as you get older. My nan was 93. And people say, how did she live that long? Because I used to do exercises with her. I used to get her to do squats. I bought some dumbbells. I've got them here. I'm looking at them now. They're some bright blue dumbbells that I've got in. I get doing exercise, because not only did it reduce the swelling on her legs, it helped her mobility, because she was still walking. I mean, her balance was a bit off, so she used a walker. But I said to her, if you don't carry on doing this, you are going to be bedbound. She said, I don't want that. So this is one of the things that I said, you've got to just do. I know it sounds like I'm nagging. And she knew, and she understood that you have to exercise. But I think if she'd have started exercising earlier in life, it would have, she would have been a lot better as she got older. But she was a very busy mum of 5, having 3 deaf children. She was non-stop, and she used to say, we didn't have cars and money back then like you do now, and you did work, like walk everywhere, and she used to have 2 jobs. So our grandparents back in those days, they were working at like 13, 14. They had to leave school and contribute like to the home. So it's just like looking at fitness as a different approach, and looking at how we all want to do fitness, no matter if you hate it or, you love it. We all want to do something or learn something. And I've been learning the twerking, but I haven't done it for about a week and a half, because and my back was absolutely aching when I was doing it, because obviously they've got to be careful of my back. And my rhomboids, which is like the muscle that goes down your back, and my lower trapezius, which is the muscle on top of your bottom, which go down to your glutes, which is your bottom muscle. It was aching. I had like backache, and I'm like, I think I need to just take it one step at a time, because I went straight into a twerking video, and then I had to go back to like a beginner. And it sounds silly like doing twerking, but I wanted to do the movement in my tummy and my hips. I wanted to tone my stomach. And I actually keep looking at the hula hooping. There's a girl on TikTok, she's amazing. So I'm like, I have got one of the other hula hoops, that flies around, but actually I want to get a normal hula hoop. And that's a really good way for toning our tummies. Just movement exercise. It doesn't have to be hard. Go and get some dumbbells. Go and get some TheraBands, some booty bands. Go and get some tins of beans out the cupboard. Just do something. Let's look at some energetic rituals to pair with movement. So set an intention before your workout. For instance, I move with gratitude. And repeat affirmations like, I'm strong, balanced and aligned. And movement is my meditation. And every step I take attracts more joy and clarity. Visualize releasing negative energy as you move. Imagine your body glowing with light. And that's what it is. Take yourself on a journey of visualization. That is when I'm the most creative. And I wish I had my journal book with me when I'm in the gym, because honestly, I have ideas for books, podcast episodes. I think it comes with movement and exercise and the release of endorphins. I think that's what happens. I think it opens my mind, because I can get blocks quite a lot where I'm like, right, I need to create content, I need to do this, I need to do that. And then I'm like, why am I putting pressure on myself? Because it is what it is. We can overthink too much. I overconsume a lot, and I also overload my brain with a lot of information. So exercise, it's such an output. Like, we need it. We need to do a couple of times a week. And even if it's just going upstairs a couple of times a day, doing a good house cleaning's good. There's so many mets if you look online to different exercises, like gardening, cleaning. We all know cleaning and hoovering, and cleaning the bathroom. Oh, that's like a job and a half. I'm absolutely sweating. I've had to open the window. I've had to clean in my knickers and bras sometimes. I'm like bleaching my bathroom, upstairs shower room. And I have to, because I'm like that hot. And honestly, that is still exercise. So you're doing something that's raising your heart rate, which is really good, rather than just going for a walk. And obviously I can't walk with my son because he's got hypermobility. And yeah, it's hard because some children will go out for walks and he doesn't do those types of activities. I mean, try and take him out as much as I can, but I've got to really watch what he's doing. Can't be left on his own to go anywhere. So, so I just try and do a lot of my exercise. And I do try and do some physio exercises here with him, but he gets really bored quick. But he does all his therapy at school, and he's at hydrotherapy. And then I'm trying to do there's SEN after school clubs where they'll do it, but there'll be children in wheelchairs and they'll do lots of exercises with them. So that's really good. That exercise is really good for children, because obviously children are growing all the time and they need to, the weights are up and down, and it's just good for the mind. And like my son, it's good for his hypermobility. And obviously got his new diagnosis of MSL2, which is new genetic diagnosis we got in the summer. And it's got a lot of neurodevelopment delays, so it does affect his motor growth skills, and there's a lot of research being done. It's only just been found, so he's not going to get any better quick. And I don't know what the future holds with him, what he's going to be able to do when he's older. He hasn't got a lot of strength in certain ways, but it's fine. I've just got to make sure I've got a plan with school and college and whatever he's going to be doing, because once he goes to college, it becomes adult services. And so as a parent, I need to make sure that I'm incorporating a lot of my positivity and my experience. Even though I don't, what's quite funny actually, I've just come to realise is, even though I don't help people in rehab, in working in gyms, and even though I do miss it, I'd love to go back and do it. And I've actually kept up to date with all my qualifications. So I've renewed all my up to date. So you have to do a reset every 3 years on the cardiac rehab, because there's lots of medication changes. And I still pay and do that because it was a lot of money, the course, so I don't want to lose it. So even though I'm not doing the rehab with people, I do it with my son and family. So I do try and do exercises to try and help people, and as much as I can. So, but there's so many different things you can do for yourself. You can book a one-to-one with me. Just follow, listen to the podcast. There's lots of free information on there. Go on YouTube. So many freebies on YouTube that you can just access. So yeah, send me a message. Let me know what type of fitness you like, anything you'd like to get back into. My love has always been karate and kickboxing. When I watch karate films, when I get on the boxing bag, everything feels good. I've just got to watch that and my pain doesn't start. I've got a boxing thing here, so yeah, it's just, you've just got to find what you love. You might be, my friend was running and I couldn't think of anything worse, and I'm like, maybe I should start running now, but my knees will start flaring up because they crunch. So I don't think, I'm a bit of an ugly runner. I don't think I'd suit running. I just don't feel like it's me, but that's fine. I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna make myself into something that I'm not. I'm more of a strength and conditioning type of person, rather than a cardiovascular, I would say. I don't mind the cardiovascular, and the cardiovascular does come with strength training, but I think people worry about strength training, that you're going to bulk up and get big. You're not going to get big because you're not adding the calories. You're not eating more and more protein. We're stripping most of the time. So the cardio side is really good. So making sure that you do incorporate that. Might not have to be the main component of your exercise, but try and do a lot of your 150 hours moderate exercise a week, which is good for your overall health, your cardiovascular system. So I will leave you with that, and I hope to hear from you soon. Don't forget to share the podcast on your socials and leave me a review. I would appreciate that. And I will speak to you soon. Oh, on Amazon, I've also got some workout logs and some journals. So there is a weight loss tracker on there and a workout log if you are a bit old school like me and like to write everything down. I'm actually going to rejig some of my journals, and I'm going to be doing some more self-publishing soon, get some books out for Christmas, just some more planners. So I've done my course, I'm on track with everything now. So yeah, I'm going to do that. It's nice to get something out before Christmas. I like self-publishing. I haven't done it for a while. I've just republished my front cover on my other book because I had to change the barcode, but I've not actually made anything new for a while. So it's time to make some new books. And if you are looking at doing some planners and journals, you can work with me one-to-one, or in my link tree you can actually find my self-publishing masterclass, which is 2 hours, and you just get that sent direct to you. So I will leave it there, and I will see you later. Bye. If you're feeling called to go deeper, to align more, create more, and really step into that next version of you, you'll find everything you need in my link tree. From my book Manifesting Through Motherhood to powerful resources and ways we can work together, it's all there waiting for you. Come and find me on Instagram or Facebook. I love hearing what landed with you. Don't forget to follow the podcast, and if this episode spoke to you, please share it with someone who is on their own journey too. And happy manifesting.